Hey lovely Posh friends, Lindsay here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm otherwise known as Teach Posh Repeat over on the Poshmark app. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining us today. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support. I really appreciate it. Today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how to source when times are tough like they are right now. If you're anything like me, you've probably hit a roadblock and have done some really critical thinking about where the heck you're going to go get inventory now that all the thrift stores are closed out. So yeah, that requires a little bit of creativity. That requires a lot of thought. And to the point where sometimes I had to sit down and it hurt my brain to think about, where the heck am I going to get this inventory that I need to list? Because I know for me personally that the more I list, the more sales I get. And so I really need to be listing daily in order to hit my weekly goals and my monthly goals for, my income on Poshmark. So if you're struggling too, if that kind of sounds a little bit like what you're going through, I've got some solutions. So stay tuned. Here we go. All right, the first solution that I have is that you should be using this time to source from home. That's how I like to call it. Essentially, it basically means just clean out your own closet and start to declutter. Pull out the items that you know that you don't wear anymore, those old handbags that you've just kind of gathered up and piled up, and you just, probably need to realize it's time to part with at least one of them. Yeah, I'm talking to you. And your shoes, your boots, whatever you have, jackets, you name it. Start with your stuff and then declutter it. And then what you can do is you can expand that spring cleaning by asking your household, whoever that is for you, a significant other, family, children, to clean out their closets and do the same thing. Or just tell them, hey, I'm going to go do this for you because I need to keep going on Poshmark and I need to keep listing. So see what you can get as far as inventory goes. And I know it's kind of weird to look at your own things as inventory, but to be honest, it's almost the best inventory that you can pull because the cost of goods to you right now is $0 and it's right there. So take a moment. It might require a little time if you have a lot of stuff and you like to hoard like I do with shoes, but it's worth it. I was able to do this the other day and I pulled easily 10 items from my own closet that I just knew I'm done with you, not wearing you. It's time to move you on. And guess what, friends? I already sold 2 of them. So that's awesome. Do it. All right. This brings me to step number 2. Step number 2, I actually got from another posher and I'm trying to recall who they were. They're really big in the posh game. Shoot, she is awesome. I don't remember her name. I'm just so bad. My memory's so terrible. But once I remember it, I will put it right here to give her a little credit. But she was actually doing a YouTube series herself on where to get inventory right now. And this is totally her idea. But I took it and ran with it. And because it works so well for me, I wanted to share with you that tip. So the second way that you can source right now is sourcing online through Mercari. So Mercari, if you're not familiar, is another app very similar to Poshmark where you can sell clothing, goods, whatever, you name it. And you're able to make offers and all of that. It's very similar to Poshmark in its interface and its usability. And so, you can go on the app, you can go online to shop. But what's really cool about Mercari is that I feel as if more sellers over there offer free shipping. And because it's an upfront decision that they've made on that particular item, you get to see the little flag that says free shipping. Buy this pair of maybe Madewell jeans that's $12. And you're like, huh. And you start to think about it and you're like, oh, okay, that's a steal of a deal. If you saw that in the thrift store, tell me you're going to pass that up. You wouldn't. No one would, because you know that the return on that is so great. And you can also go to that seller's closet that you saw that really cheap pair of Madewell jeans in and see what other things that they're selling for the low, because that's probably just how they price things. They might not know the value of their items that they have or they might really just be trying to push stuff out right now. So use that to your benefit and source on Mercari. I've already bought probably 5 or 6 things off of Mercari, including a couple bundles, just to get more inventory. And I just search by the brands that sell really well for me. And you'll probably be really surprised at what you can find over there on Mercari for really cheap and like really good deals. So check it out, and good luck. Have fun, because I have fun. I check every day just to make sure that there's no like super cheap things that I'm looking for. And I'm not gonna tell you any more of them, otherwise you're gonna steal my ideas. Just kidding. Okie dokie. This leads us to number 3. The third place that I source, this one's kind of crazy, guys, but it's the truth. It's the darn truth, and you're just gonna have to live with it. The third place that I source is my own Poshmark closet. Like what? What does that mean? Let me tell you. So basically, that's just a fancy way to say that if I'm seriously out of tangible inventory to list, I relist. Simple as that. Like items that maybe have a lot of likes but haven't gotten any traction, and it's just time to maybe update that listing. So for me, I'm just kind of looking at my notes here. Yeah, so like Poshmark, it's really interesting. They claim that they don't have an algorithm. Do you buy that? I don't. I went to Posh Fest, and it was really insightful. It was very good. I loved connecting with people. Shout out to my girl Kerr, who went with me. It was so much fun. But here's the deal. They got the question, like, what is the algorithm? We want to know how to use it. We paid hard money to be here. Like, what is the algorithm that we should know about so that we can make ourselves and you, the company, more money? And one of the people, I don't even remember who, but they flat out said, one of the presenters was like, we don't have an algorithm. What are you talking about? Like straight face. And we're all just like, but you do. So anyway, if you're an algorithm believer like me, because I didn't believe that answer, she straight up lied to us. There's an algorithm for sure. The more listing you do, Posh sees that as a way to like refresh and reboost your closet for more exposure. So that was just a really roundabout way of telling you guys that Poshmark sees every new listing as just that, a new listing. Even though your perspective might be different because you know darn well you've had that sweater for 2 years and it was a really stupid buy at the time because you didn't know the brands. Poshmark doesn't see it that way. It just says, ooh, new listing. Let me promote this to the top of that brand feed and get all this exposure for you right away. So if it's stale, if it's truly been up for too long for your personal expectations on that item, go ahead and take the time to relist and source from your own closet, if you will. It's the same thing as listing 3 completely new pieces, is taking your 3 most stale items and listing them to re-amp your Poshmark activity. And you know your girl won't leave you without a bonus way to source right now. Actually, I just saw this one today and it's such a good idea. And I've heard about it before, but I have very mixed feelings about it. So if you're brave, stick around for this next one. But if you're kind of shy, you might not like what I have to tell you. But anyway, this is a 4th way to source, and it's, you know, a very realistic thing to do as long as you feel comfortable doing it. So the 4th bonus way to source right now in quarantine is to just put this out there for your family and friends. Just let them know if they don't already, or remind them, hey, I'm running a business from my home and my business requires inventory. Right now, because my thrift stores are shut down all over the city and I'm not really allowed to go outside my home, it's really difficult for me to get inventory and to keep my business afloat. If there's any possible way, would you be able to consider donating anything that you might have, you know, spring cleaned out of your closet already, or that stack of clothes that's in that bag that you were ready to take to the Goodwill anyway, to my business? It would really help me out. Now, this is kind of a weird one for me because I know my family and my friends know what I do, and I know that they know how seriously I take my business. But for me to actually like post that on Facebook or like call someone up and be like, hey, could you give me your like really nice handbags from your closet that I know you're not using so I can sell them and make myself money? I don't know. It's just a little bit strange. It's a little weird. It leaves me with like a funny taste in my mouth a little bit. Even though desperate times really do call for desperate measures, I don't know. Just for myself, I'm really not comfortable doing that right now. But that's okay. Like, that's the decision I've made for myself, and maybe somewhere down the line that will change for me if times get even tougher. I don't know. And if you are actually one of the brave souls that has done this or have been successful reaching out to people this way, if you wouldn't mind, leave your story down below. I would absolutely love to hear it and see, like, how did people receive that message? You know, did they greet you with open arms and be like, here's my stuff? What was that experience like for you? Leave that down below in the comments because I'd love to further that conversation. We are a growing community and I love, love, love learning from you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching my video today. I hope you found something in this video helpful to you in your business at this point in time when we're all kind of experiencing this very strange phenomenon that is being quarantined and having an extreme lack of opportunity to source. But let's flip that on its head. Let's just say like, hey, this is our reality. Actually, here is our opportunity, and take it head on and run with it. I promise you that you're going to be successful with it as long as you believe in the process. So I will see you guys all next time, and until then, stay styling. I know you will. Feel it.